my name is Ashley, and today we're going to be discussing point of view. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the types of narrators, what point of view is, and why it is so important. So before we even get into anything, I just want to mention that some of the examples in the lessons I'm going to be doing today, all of the resources can be found in the description box below. You absolutely don't need them, but in case you're curious or want more practice, you can find them below. Point of view is who is telling the story and what perspective they're telling this story from. So the reason why this is so important is because it affects the information that we are receiving. So let me give you an example. Let's say that a parent, a guardian, a babysitter, a teacher, whoever works in this example, let's say a parent gives you money to go get ice cream for you and your sister. So you and your sister go into the store, you get your ice cream, but only one of you comes out with ice cream. So, of course, whoever gives you the money, a parent in this case, goes, why do only one of you have ice cream? What happened? And so you go, I don't really know. I handed her the ice cream and I paid, and the next thing I know, the ice cream cone is on the ground. So your parent goes, okay, that's strange. So that's one point of view. Then they ask your sister. This is going to be another point of view. And they go, what happened? And she's like, well, you know, they handed me the ice cream, but I was trying to hold it and balance everything. And someone bumped into me and there was just so much going on and I dropped it. And I kind of panicked and I left. It's like, okay. So you realize now that we have two different points of view, same exact event, but we're receiving different types of information. Both people were there. We think both people are obviously telling the truth, but we're still receiving different types of information, okay? So now let's say we're looking at this from like a third perspective. Like imagine they're in a dollhouse and we're looking down, watching this happen, okay? Or like a movie, how you're watching all of the characters on the screen. And we see you with the ice cream cone, not really looking, hand it to your sister. Your sister also has her phone and she's playing games and she's scrolling and she's holding her ice cream cone, but she's also trying to play, and someone bumps into her, and because she's not really paying attention, she's trying to hold everything and like make sure it all stays balanced, and the ice cream falls. Okay, so notice now we have three different points of view. So this is why point of view is so important, because we have three different perspectives. We have 3 points of view on the same exact event, but we're receiving different types of information. And this is what happens when we watch the news or we scroll on social media or when we're reading books. You have to pay attention to who is telling the story, because that will affect the information that you're receiving. Okay? So for example, let's say that you're reading a book, or let's say you're watching the news, it doesn't matter. You want to ask yourself, who is telling the story? What kind of information do they have access to? Were they there? Are they hearing this through somebody else? Like, how do they know this information? And are they being truthful? Okay, because sometimes we read things and people aren't being truthful, or they have a reason for writing something, right? It's always important to try to like figure out who is telling the story and whether or not we can fully trust everything that they're saying. Okay, I know that was a lot of information, but I feel like that's super important, and it kind of shows why we learn point of view and why it's so important when reading or consuming media. There are 3 main types of narrators, and this technically can branch out a little bit further, but we're just going to put that to the side for today. For the only thing you have to remember right now is that there are 3 main types of narrators, okay? So there's first person point of view, there is second person point of view, and there is third person point of view. So 1, 2, and 3. First person point of view, the narrator is in the story, and you will see words like I, me, my, we. An our, that's another one. So I always used to make the joke, I am number 1. I am the number 1 person in this story, or I am the number 1 person in this room. Okay, because that always would help my students remember. If they saw I, they knew it was first person point of view. Okay, you can also think about it like first person, I, they look exactly the same. Where a lot of my students would get tripped up is they would see words like my, and I'd be like, okay, well, my purse or my bag or my phone, that's mine, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, but, and I am number one. They're like, yes. I'm like, then it's first person. Or we went to the mall. Well, we includes me, right? And they'd go, yeah. I'm like, right. And I am number one, right? They'd go, yeah. So it's like anything that's involving I is first person point of view. So a couple sentences that I could give you is my neighbor and I decided to go to the store. We decided to make pancakes for lunch. Our mom called us and decided that we're going to the movies later instead of eating dinner at home. Here's an example of first person point of view written out. So feel free to follow along and then we'll discuss it after. Yesterday was April 13th. When I woke up that morning, I was in a terrible mood. I got up, brushed my teeth, and went downstairs to eat breakfast. I looked around at all my options, but everything just made me feel disgusted. I really wasn't in the mood to eat. I thought to myself, you're gonna be hungry later, but then shrugged it off. I'll worry about it then. I'm just not in the mood right now. I walked to school and sat down in first period, only to realize I had forgotten my homework. Of course, I had to call my mom to see if she could bring it in. I was so annoyed and upset, I couldn't believe I had left it at home. Okay, so now let's take a look at why we know this is first person point of view. So first of all, it says, when I woke up, I was in a terrible mood. I got up, brushed my teeth, and went downstairs. We know that this person is in the story. They're telling us about their day. Okay, so that right there should be a warning sign that this is first person point of view. It also says, I thought to myself, you're going to be hungry later. So when the person is in the story or when the narrator is telling you about their life and their day, it is first person point of view. We're also seeing the pronoun I, me, my a lot. We're seeing I woke up that morning. It made me feel disgusted. I called my mom. Now let's move on to second person point of view. So how I always ask my students to remember the second person point of view is to is you. I'm trying to write this upside down here. To is you. It is very, very rare for you to see second person point of view because it just doesn't work. You went to the store and you bought a tomato and you came home and you made a salad. That's a terrible story. It's so rare that second person point of view is going to be used. It's really only used for like procedural text. So recipes, for example, like take out 2 eggs and crack them over the bowl. Then you are going to want to whisk. So you know what I'm saying? Like it really only works for recipes. It's or like a choose your own adventure story. But anyway, let's just pretend that it's super duper common just for a second. To, you're going to be looking for the pronouns you and your. So I feel like this is easy to remember because to rhymes with you. So second person point of view, you and your. So one thing that my students used to always get confused about is sometimes they would see multiple pronouns on one page. So for example, I walked to the mall and I saw my friend and I said, what are you doing here? I always told my students, ignore dialogue. You don't want to look at dialogue because dialogue is going to have all different types of pronouns in it. You want to cross the dialogue out and just look at the actual text on the screen. So if you're getting rid of the what are you doing here, what pronouns are you seeing? You're seeing I. I went to the mall and saw my friend and then I screamed, what are you doing here? So I, we know, is first person point of view because I am number one. Okay, now let's move over to third person point of view. So third person point of view, I always describe as like Santa. Okay? And I know that sounds silly, but third person point of view is not in the story. They're someone kind of like watching from up above. Like picture a dollhouse on the ground and they are looking inside the dollhouse and they're telling you what they see or they're telling you what's happening. So the pronouns that you're looking for with third person point of view is he, she, because remember, they're describing the characters in the story or they're describing what's going on. So he went to lunch with his friends. She was late for school. They weren't hungry.
Let's take a look at this example. Mary woke up and realized her alarm hadn't gone off. She jumped out of bed, got dressed in a rush, and ran down the stairs. Grabbing a piece of toast on her way out, she flew out the door. She sprinted towards the bus stop, hoping she'd make it in time, but just as she had arrived, the bus pulled away without her. Defeated, she turned around and walked home slowly, thinking, "Sheesh, now what am I going to do?" Know this is third person. One, because we're seeing the pronouns she and her, but also because the narrator is not in the story. They are someone watching Mary and reporting on what they're seeing. They're basically just describing what Mary's day is like. So, for example, Mary woke up and realized her alarm hadn't gone off. It's almost like you're watching a movie, and that's what makes it third person point of view. If this was first person point of view, it would say, I woke up and realized my alarm didn't go off, but it doesn't.
All right, before we get started with our practice, something that I did want to mention is that you don't want to just rely on one thing. You really want to look at both strategies at the same time. And what I mean by that is you want to look at your pronouns. Are they using words like I? Are they using words like she or he, or in a very rare case, you? But you also want to ask yourself, who is telling the story? Are they a character in the story, or are they watching, almost like they're looking at a dollhouse? Or are they watching down below? Are they observing the characters, or are they one of the characters? I think it's important to ask yourself both questions. That way you can kind of check in with yourself. Okay, so this is why you want to ask yourself both questions, because if we're looking at this just for pronouns, we see I, we also see he. There's a lot of I and a lot of he. So that could be first person or it could be third. But this is a person in the story talking about their friend. So that means it is first person point of view. Okay, let's check out a third example. While Muhammad was playing, Zach was shouting, "Click A, click A." However, the controller wasn't working. Muhammad continued to slam on the buttons while Zach shouted. Eventually, the character fell and Muhammad lost the game. What type of narrator is this? Now, is this person in the story or are they observing? They're observing. And then let's also check our pronouns. Okay, so in this case, we don't have any. They're just talking, they use names. They talk about Muhammad and they talk about Zach. Okay, so this would be third person point of view. Okay, I'm gonna do one more example. If you are confused about something in class, raise your hand and ask for help. Your teacher is happy to help. It's important to speak up if you're confused. Don't give up. What type of narrator is this? So this is second person, okay? And notice how it sounded strange. It didn't really sound like a typical story. They're using the pronouns you and your. If you are confused about something in class, raise your hand. They're talking directly to the audience. And remember, to is you. So this is second person point of view. Okay, so now if you want, you can pause this video or you can take this time to try to create some of your own sentences and see if you can create a first person, a second person, and a third person, and you can swap them with someone else. Another great activity or another good opportunity to try would be picking up different books, different magazines, and try to identify what type of point of view they are. Of course, if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later.